Friday, August 9th at approximately 5:30 in the evening, and I'm just out here taking a quick look at the fish, and thought I would show you what I have done in the past day and a half with respect to the filtration on the pond. I haven't done anything sort of a major nature. I've just sort of tweaked things a little bit to give me better flow and better filtration, and I will show you that as I walk over to the filter pit here, so bear with me for a moment. Okay, and once again, the filter pit that you have seen on multiple occasions. I'm just going to climb down in there, so bear with me for another moment if you would. Okay, and the changes that I've made, nothing different here with respect to the two Eazy Pods. These are the screens you had seen previously. I've just cleaned those, put them back in. The big change that I did was water flow. Now, I wasn't getting the flow through here that I wanted to keep the moving bed sort of at the... I mean, it's working well, but it's not quite the height that I was hoping to have. And the water level in my pump chamber here that you can see again is down a reasonable amount. So what I have done is I decided to change how things are functioning here. Now, there's still two pumps in there, but they're operating in a different manner than they were previously. So the main pump is the one you can see down at the bottom there with the yellow label on it. That's the one that's feeding here. Previously this was feeding my two UV units, and what I've done is I've taken one of those units off. It was fastened here, and the pipe over on the other side, and I'll show you where that's gone in a moment. And then the second pump, which is the one down the bottom on this side, it was feeding through this pipe going in that direction into my upflow filters. So what I have done is modify the plumbing somewhat. So the main pump, which is the one at the bottom here, the yellow label, is now feeding through this pipe here, through the UV and then back into the pond, and that's operating the spray bar. The other portion of the line from that, this one here, is now going up here, through the valve, and then through there and up into the into the upflow filters. So what this pump is now doing is it is feeding both the upflow and also taking the water through the Eazy Pod as well. Now, the second pump, which was the one originally doing the upflow filter, I have modified the plumbing on it. So it's coming along here. This is now coming into the second line, which was originally fed by that first pump, and the UV that I mentioned that came off of here was coming across from here over to there. So I've modified the plumbing configuration so that the water now flows from the second pump through here, from there directly into the pond, and it's down about 3.5 feet or so is where the return is. Now, that pump is connected to an external or an outdoor timer, which is right here. You can see the timing mechanism there. I have this set now. It's going to come on 3 times a day, once in the morning, once in the afternoon, and once in the evening, for half an hour each time. And what that will do is create some additional current in the pond at a lower level to help move the water around, and also to give the fish some exercise. At least that's kind of my goal. So it's sort of experimental at the moment. As I said, I just finished setting this up this afternoon. The upflow is working well. The spray is working well, and again, I will show you that when I come out of the pit. This one, unfortunately, here, you cannot see the water because it is, I say, about 3.5 feet down into the pond, so you really can't discern water movement from there. But it does seem to be working. I get better water levels in both of the Eazy Pod filters. I've been able to leave the sieve filters in now. Today I had them in for 3 hours, which is double the time that they were in for yesterday. So I'm going to climb out of the pit once again and just take you back over to the pond. And again, so the main pump is now putting the water through the spray bar here and through the returns there from the upflow filter. And then the other line, which is this one right here, so you can see the 2 lines there. This is the one here, which goes down, as I said, it's about 3.5 feet down to the bottom, and that now creates a current underwater to help exercise the fish somewhat, and I think that's kind of necessary. The way I had it set up before with return, it was definitely getting some water down there, but the levels in my pump chamber and the moving bed weren't what I wanted, so I was able to, as I said, increase the flow just by changing the pump configuration. I also added a bit more media to the moving bed filter, so that should hopefully help with any bioload that's going on in the pond as well. I'll certainly be keeping an eye on it in the next few days. Again, as you can see, the fish are doing well. The water clarity is great. There's my girl coming over looking for more food. She's always the first one up. My big shag, definitely a large eater, no pun intended. And then my sanke along with the kumanru and the other fish in there as well. So the spray bar seems to be working very well. The fish seem to enjoy that, or at least I hope they are. Again, the idea with the changing the pump around was to give me more water in the chambers in the filter pit itself, and then allow for some additional exercise for the koi when the water is on. So as I said, time will tell how that goes. I'll keep an eye on things for the next few days and make some modifications if necessary. What I will be doing in the end of the season, prior to next season, if this configuration works out well, I'm going to modify the plumbing to get rid of some of this mess, if you will, of all bits and pieces of pipe going everywhere, and get the other UV connected so that the water will run through both UVs and then back into the pond via a single line, and then the second pump will be running again that return back into the pond as well. At least that's kind of my goal. I've got a plan in mind as to how to configure that. But right now, as I say, things are working well. The shower's doing well. The fish seem to be doing okay and enjoying themselves. They did eat about 45 minutes ago now. Auto feeder's working very well. I have a mix of both floating and sinking food in there for them just to give them a bit of a change. And as I said, they seem to be doing very well. So I will end the video here. As I said, just a short one today. I will keep you posted with respect to my tinkering on the filter system, if anything changes, or if I decide to modify anything else again. And in the meantime, I hope you're all doing well, your fish are doing well. If you haven't already done so, please hit that like and subscribe button. Feel free to leave a comment below. And as always, keep calm and keep koi.